Augustina, I really appreciate you coming on. Pleasure to have you here. Very
Thanks for having me.
stoked that we could do this, and thank you for staying up late to do this because it's morning time for me, but it's, I mean, late for
But
you.
it's 5 o'clock here. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, but I know that you're an early sleeper. You go, I need to get my rest. Usually in bed about 4-ish, right? 4 p.m.
Actually, yeah. I'm 8 years old now, so yeah,
Yeah.
go to bed at 4.
I mean, these are just the things that happen. You know, you develop habits as you get
Yeah.
older, and that's one of them. Um, you're from Uruguay originally,
I,
yes? Wow. What was that like growing up there? I don't know too many people from Uruguay. How was that like? What was it like for you?
it was really good. I love Uruguay. It's a really beautiful country, and um, it's it's just, I don't know. It's like a nice place to be. People are super nice. Food is amazing. I have a lot of Uruguayan friends here in London, so I kind of like have a part of my country with me.
It's, it, that's good. That's good to have that connection still,
And it's
even
not as
though
hot because everyone thinks that it's hot all the time, and it's not. It gets really cold in winter, actually. It's like, yeah.
good. We gotta set the record straight on that. Hey, it's
Yes.
not always hot.
No, it gets actually really cold in winter.
do you do you prefer it to be hotter than you'd like it to be, or colder than you'd like it to be? What do you usually like to deal with, the cold or the hot?
I like spring
Hmm.
because you can wear like a dress and like a jacket, and that's it. I like that kind of, but I do like summer a lot because I love swimming, so I'll go for summer.
I also like summer. That's good. Swimming, I always forget about it and I do it. I go, this is fucking amazing. Why am I not doing this all the time? You know,
It is a really good thing to do.
it feels great. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Nothing bad about it. um what did you kind of do for fun over there? A lot of swimming? Were you by the coast?
In Uruguay, yes. Yeah. Well, I'm from Montevideo, which is the capital city and is by the coast, but like that coast is not nice to swim in. So like if you go 2 hours away from Montevideo, there's like Piriápolis, Rocha, there's another place. It doesn't matter. Anyways, there are like many beautiful oceans, and you can swim there, and it's really nice.
It's a good deal. Yeah. I love swimming in the ocean too. It's a whole nother thing, but it's still, I mean, just fantastic.
Yeah.
Get the nice current. A lot of people don't know this about yourself, but you like to surf. You're a professional surfer as well, right?
Apparently, yeah. From
Yeah.
now on, yes.
Mhm.
I wish I was. That could be a good thing to be.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, right?
Yeah. My next project.
That's it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And you know, you're filming a part for a surfing video. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to see that one.
Me too.
Um, were you were you initially shown and exposed to different kinds of music as a kid, or did you kind of just stumble onto it yourself?
My grandmother loved tango, which is a type of music that like not everyone knows, but yeah, it's proper like South American, nostalgic. Uruguay is a really nostalgic country, and tango goes perfectly with it. So my first memories are like tango, then like Argentinian rock, then like the Beatles, obviously, Spice Girls. I'm a '90s girl, and then like being a teenager, I discovered the Ramones, and I think like that changed my life completely. It was like, wow, I just really like love this. What is this? Um, and yeah, but yeah, I mean, my parents will always listen to music, and when I was in the car with my dad, I always put a CD with a lot of like different songs, and we will sing together. We still do it when I go to Uruguay, so it's kind of like our little thing.
Tradition. You go surfing, you put on a mixtape. These are things that you do when you go back home. I get
I
it.
surf with my dad as well. Yeah.
He's also a professional surfer for those who don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Mhm.
Really
he got
famous
you
one.
into it. Yeah, super super famous. I mean, you already know the name. We don't even have to tell you. You know who we're talking about. So I mean, it was around these teenage years that you kind of started exploring other kinds of music, kind of outside of the realm that you were already exposed to.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. You said the Ramones. That was a big turning point for you.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat is attacking me.
That's
Yeah.
just what cats do. I get it.
Yeah. Ghibli, no. Yeah, I think when I first like kind of heard the Ramones and obviously start finding a lot of other bands, but I remember thinking like, oh God, I just want to be part of that, like in any way. And so when I was like, I don't know, I think it was 16, 17, I started a band with my friends Alan, and I was singing, and it was super punky, like three chords, um and we played in Montevideo only, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, the Ramones, I think they I always like, also when I was a child, me and my cousin who I grew up with, which is like a sister to me, we always used to do like shows for our family, for our relatives. So we used to like charge them money to see us dancing or singing. And I think that started everything. But then the Ramones were like, wow, I want to be in a band. I want to do music.
And that was you said 14 and 15, that kind of area.
Yeah. No, when I was charging my family, that was when I
No,
was like 5. But
when you found out about the Ramones, that was those teenage years.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Was how crucial is it to keep on finding new bands like that? Not just in the punk genre or that genre, but how important is to keep on finding new bands that intrigue you like that, like the Ramones did for you back then?
It's amazing. I think even like not only bands, but sometimes like songs. You find a song and you're like, this song is like incredible, and you just cannot stop listening to it.
Yeah, that's that's great when you find that. It's I feel like I go like through long spurts of not finding one of those songs, and I find one of those songs. Like, okay, this is the song. This is it now. And
Yeah,
and I feel like that's how it is for everybody else. But it's interesting when you talk to your friends or whatever, and they're like, oh, I like this song, and then sometimes that becomes a song that you start playing a lot just because, like, oh
yeah,
yeah.
on loop.
What do you have one currently that you're listening to quite often on a loop like that?
I do. I knew this song before, but I don't know why now I'm obsessed with this. It's a Bitchos song called "I Started a Joke." I think it is. It's the one that I started a joke. But whatever. It's that song, and I'm just on loop with the Bee Gees, and another one called "Dreaming" that I don't remember the artist right now. Oh, but yeah, it's a song that I listen to it a lot. I don't know why,
It's awesome.
but I don't remember the artist. So
I'm in between the stage of like leaving one and finding one right now. So um that might be my new one. After this interview, I'm gonna go listen to it. I'm like, oh, she was right. You know what? Yeah,
yeah.
I should have been listening to this. Um going back to your music though, what were you playing originally in this band that you started when you were a teenager?
I was singing, well, singing. I was just yelling on stage. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Singing and yelling. I mean, is there really a difference? I don't think so. Mm-mm.
it's the same.
What was the first instrument that you learned how to play beyond singing, of course? Singing,
um,
screaming.
I mean, singing it was obviously my first one. I always wanted to play bass. It's an instrument that I love, and more obviously with Didi Ramon, the bass player of the Ramones, which I am forever in love with. I just always wanted to play bass, and when I was 12, I went to some classes, but the teacher was really impatient, whatever.
Mm.
And I really like, as a 12-year-old girl, I used to go on Saturdays and like having this guy just getting angry at everything. I was just like, oh, so I get really frustrated after like a few months, and I couldn't learn anything because he was quite like, so that was my first try. And then I have a bass with me. I always try to like learn something on bass. That's like the instrument that I really want to know how to play, but like yeah, I don't have time and I don't have anyone to teach me. I asked Josephine many times and she asked me I should teach her Spanish, but we never done it. So
It seems like both of you need to pick up your end of the couch and get this done, because
yeah,
you guys both have something to offer and something to gain from these experiences.
exactly.
You guys got to get that done.
Yes.
Did you originally learn how to play the piano though in order to play the keys, or did you just jump right into playing synthesizer?
I just jumped onto guitar. So Sarah was doing a project and I was like, oh my God, I want to be in that band. I want to play guitar. And she was like, do you know how to play it? And I was like, I don't know. So she teach me like how to play the basics on like obviously on keyboard or whatever. And then yeah, I just been learning along the way. I never went to class. I mean, Sarah obviously teach me, but I never went to like other kind of classes or anything. I
Interesting.
was like kind of like I don't know. I'm quite shameless in the thing that I was like, I just want to play in a band, and if I sound like shit, I'll sound like shit until I don't, and then that's it.
Sometimes you play the synthesizer and then you also play guitar sometimes as well live, right? It just kind of depends on the on the mood of
Yeah.
that, whatever show or tour. What do you prefer to play live with, or is it always changing?
I love the guitar more, but it's some songs I can just not play the guitar because of the songs, of the sounds, and because of the chords that I'm doing. Because if I'm using both hands, it looks a little bit weird if I'm just like that. So it's easier to play the synth, and it sounds better. But I do have a big love for the guitar because it's the first, like, my first baby.
Besides singing, of course, shout,
Yeah,
screaming, singing, shout.
yeah.
Did you, in those earlier years of being in your own band, did you immediately feel comfortable up on stage? Were you like, yeah, this is fine, I don't feel weird being up here?
Yeah, I always liked it. I don't know why. And I know I do have kind of like a resting bitch face on stage. Like I always had it, but actually I'm having a good time. Like the other day we play, I don't know where it was, and this woman was like, "Oh my God, you look like a murderer." Like, I don't know why I just put that face on. But I actually have a really good time. I always love being on stage. I don't know why.
That is interesting that she did say that. And I mean that's obviously not like, I mean you're having a good time, right? I mean like
Yeah.
you obviously enjoyed. You wouldn't be there if you truly
No,
didn't like it.
I
it, it
wouldn't. No.
it seems like really interesting to have that outside perspective of like, oh no, that's not it, lady, you're
Yeah.
wrong, and now I
Yeah.
am upset, now you've upset me,
Yeah.
now I don't want to be in this conversation anymore, so see you later. um what drove you to move to England from Uruguay? What was that that a move for initially?
It was I've been modeling since I'm like 14, 15. And I took a big break when I was like 16. They asked me to go to like New York to go with Elite, and I was obviously really young and had a band, and I didn't want to do it. My parents were like, please don't, like you're really young. And then when I was 24, I was studying cooking because I kind of didn't know what to do with my life. And I got a message from my manager saying like, oh, if Saint Laurent wants to hire you in Paris to do their show, the fashion show. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I just packed my stuff and came to London. I got signed before with an agency here, and then I just stayed. I kept doing a lot of modeling stuff. I didn't enjoy it too much, to be honest. It's not like something that I love to do, but I am really grateful that because of that I am here. And obviously, everyone that I always work with has been amazing.
Wow. Is it Does it feel different, the what you get out of modeling, what you get out of making music? It's just completely different. There's no kind of similarities between the two.
No, I cannot see them. No.
Does it feel like you're showing two different sides of yourself, like the exterior and the interior? The exterior being the modeling, obviously, and the interior being like, this is creatively what I want to make and what I want to be a part of making.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's fascinating. That's it.
Mm.
That's an interesting kind of like you could see both sides.
Yeah.
Super cool. So it was modeling that initially brought you out there. So what
Mhm.
made you stay? What was the thing that made you wanna stay in England and not go back home?
I just loved it. I studied in London when I was 16 for a few months here, but I loved it, the place obviously. But then I think when I was 24 and I properly moved here, I just fell in love with the city. I met a lot of people that I really love, and a lot of my Uruguayan friends moved here as well. So it kind of like became my family really quick and home. And then when we started the band with Sarah, I was like, okay, I'm just like, I don't know, I never thought about it too much. It was more like, I like it, I'm staying, and that's it.
That's it. Cooking, doing it, getting yelled at for the bass. I'm also doing that. You got a bunch of stuff going on. You're gonna hire another bass teacher to yell at you. I don't know
Yeah,
if the cooking teacher is gonna be nice or not, but hey, whatever you got to go through to get it done, right?
yeah. I'm really stubborn, so yeah.
So that's why they're mad at you. You failed to mention that part that you're stubborn about it. See,
I
you're
am
making it out to
stubborn.
be like, oh, they're just yelling at me for no reason. No, 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 no. It's always two sides. Got it. Okay. I understand now. What was going through your mind though when you came to the conclusion like, all right, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna give it a go living here. At least for a longer stint than you originally thought you were gonna be there for.
I don't remember, to be honest, because I just don't overthink things like that. Maybe it's a coping mechanism that I have, but it's like if I want something, again, I'm really stubborn. I'm like, I want to do it, and I don't overthink about it, which obviously got me in a lot of trouble in my life. But I think at the end, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I just look through a tunnel and I'm like, I want that.
Was it like a did you feel there was a breath of fresh air kind of like, okay, I'm starting not from scratch, but this is a whole nother game here. Like it's I'm really far away from home and I'm trying to do
Yeah,
this. It's
yeah, it
exciting
feels like
though,
a
isn't it?
yeah. It's been almost 10 years since I'm here, so um, it's a different life. If I think about me before London and after London, I've obviously changed a lot, and my life has obviously changed a lot. And yeah, it does feel like two lives.
And your family didn't know. I obviously, I mean, you didn't even know that you were gonna stay out there for
Yeah,
longer
no.
than you expected. What was their reaction when you told them, "Hey, I'm kind of hanging out over here for a bit"?
They were really, I mean, obviously they miss me a lot and I miss them a lot, but we talk every day. They come visit me, I go visit them. We're really close, which is really nice. But they were always really, really supportive to whatever I wanted to do. Like they've been super, yeah, my parents are really, really good.
That's awesome. That's so important to have parents that you know support what you're doing and what you want to do is super crucial.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good deal. Um, when you first arrived there, and you were spending time there, how did you kind of find your way into this to the music scene? Did you have aspirations like after you said, okay, I'm gonna stay here for a bit, that you needed to pick up music again or continue on with music? Or was it kind
Yeah,
of just like whatever happens, happens?
I really wanted a band. I really missed that. And then I met Sarah from a mutual friend and we instantly like connect. Um, and yeah, that was it. I mean, I wasn't trying to have it, but I was thinking about it, and yeah, I don't know, it just happened.
What what do you think the connection was between you two, if you could pinpoint that, or was it just like a I understand you and you understand me kind of situation?
Yeah, I think we became really good friends once in a party in Brixton that Sarah fell on a little pond, and I helped her dry her socks. So I think that night we just really were like, okay, we love each other. We're gonna be friends forever. Um, Sister to me, and like we're this. I don't know. We have a relationship that is really, yeah, like sisters, you know. Um, and we really connect and we really understand each other a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
With also was obviously with Nick and Josie as well, but because I met Sarah
You didn't
before.
mention him at first. You didn't mention him up
Yeah, I
front.
know.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
ruined it.
I mean, we got you. We got you on camera, not mentioning them. They listen, everyone listens. Charles as well. You didn't even
Fuji. Oh, I love him so much. Fuji.
Fuji. Yes.
Fuji.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Been on this podcast. Love you,
Yeah.
Charles.
Love this man.
Noon Garden. Go check it out. Amazing stuff. Going back to you though, you and not Noon
Me.
Garden. We'll get back to Noon Garden though. Don't worry. So people are yelling at you. You're learning cooking. You're doing all this different stuff in England. What was the music scene that you kind of found yourself in way different from Uruguay and what you were doing there? Was it more was there more stuff going on in England than there was in Uruguay or vice versa?
Yeah, there was more stuff here. I mean, in Uruguay, there's a lot of amazing bands, and I would recommend everyone to check Uruguayan music because everything is just really good. They have amazing bands from the 70s, 60s, now 80s. In Uruguay, there's a lot of bands, but I guess there's less opportunities to live as a musician and places to play, obviously. I think now it's getting bigger, but me growing up, it wasn't that big. Um, so yeah, obviously here, everyone, like I started hanging out in Dalston with my friends, and I'll go to gigs, and everyone had a band or everyone wanted to do music, and I find that really amazing.
that that is great when you finally a niche and people are like, oh whoa, like we're all doing this sort of same kind of stuff or want the same kind of stuff. That's also very important
Yeah.
as well. Was there any similarities between Uruguay and England? The more that you stayed there, was there anything that like you're like, oh, okay, like this is kind of like the same deal that we're doing there that we're doing here now
In life in general or music?
in your life, and then
Ah,
in music if there is one.
I think there is. Might be too controversial, but I think that the culture is quite similar to Uruguay in a way that Uruguayans are more like to themselves than we think we are. Like it's more like low profile in a way, and I think in that sense it's quite similar to the British culture. That it's more like, okay, I don't know how to explain it correctly, but it's kind of like the same vibe of quietness, and I think that's quite similar. And it's weird because I never thought that was going to be a thing, but it is. And then winter is really depressing. Like in Uruguay, it gets really gray and rainy. So that's another one.
So overall, just I mean, just connect. I mean, it's the same country. That's what you're saying. Just very
Basically.
connected to the. Gotcha.
And the countryside, when I go to Scotland, that I fucking love Scotland. And I don't know if I can swear in here. Can I swear?
You can say whatever the heck you want. Go ahead.
Okay, I've been swearing now. Every time I go to Scotland, like, or even north of England, I don't know, the countryside reminds me of Uruguay. And like big part of my life, I was also on the countryside, so it's really nice.
That's good. You got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So Scotland. So that's the next step. Obviously, is moving to Scotland. That's where you're gonna go.
I want to move to Brighton first, and then I want to die in Scotland.
Okay, good deal. So I mean, it is on the agenda though. You are gonna make it there
Yeah.
eventually. Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to your party with Sarah, helping her dry her socks. That was the initial that was the initial connection between you two, yes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so did she invite you like, hey, obviously she taught you a little bit of guitar and was mentioning that she wanted to start the band. And I mean, so you were there for the real initial kind of
Yeah.
stages there.
I invited myself to it. She was like, I have a project. And I was like, I want to be in the project. And she was like, okay, what do you play? And I said, nothing. And then I just like pushed myself into it. And then, it was the beginning. And it started as a room project. Like we never thought we were going to play or anything, to be honest, like
Wow.
live.
Hmm. What were some of those first kind of jam sessions, if you will, like for the band when you guys first started getting together and just playing together? How did that feel for you?
Well, we weren't planning on playing, and then we got the Parrots, which is a Spanish band, which is really good. They asked us if we want to support them in Oslo, which is a pub here in London. And we had like, I don't know, it was 4 or 5 weeks. So we had 4 or 5 weeks to prepare each other. So there was no time to even, like chill with it. It was more like bam, 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 bam. And then we start playing, and then after the gig, we just been playing. It's been also, well, we never overthink any of it. So it's been quite like, what do we do now?
Wow. That's I mean, that's more than enough time to figure the shit out, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more than enough time leeway to write something down and get them all together. Um, for some, it's not. I guess it's fine. It's fine if 5 weeks isn't
For
enough for
Sarah
you.
was perfect. She did all the songs, and it was amazing.
You should already have the record out by then. That's just a
Yeah.
personal opinion, though. Wow, that's really lickety split. Right,
Yeah.
right after. Wow. So how did you feel after that first show? What was going through your mind?
I was really drunk, but I remember thinking like, oh God, I really want to do this. Like, I'm happy I'm back on, doing music. I was really happy. Yeah.
Really happy because you were drunk, or maybe a little bit of both?
Maybe both. You never know when you're drunk.
Yeah, it's like,
Am I
is
happy?
this the
Alcohol?
alcohol? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What is your drink of choice when you're going out to drink? You say, let me get a what do you get?
Um, I like beer, I like whiskey, but if I was like a millionaire, I'll drink margaritas all the time. Not all the time, but when I go out.
But most of
That's
the
my
time, that
yeah.
that would be a thing. Gotcha.
But they're so expensive that I cannot go out and drink margaritas all night because like 10 pounds each drink is impossible. And they're tiny. It's like, mate, do them bigger so I can enjoy it more. It's
You
really
gotta tell them.
annoying.
You gotta tell them. You
Yeah.
got, hey,
Write an email.
yeah, dear bartender, please, when I show up to the bar, have it in a bigger glass. Do you
Yeah.
like a salted rim or non-salted rim? I know that's a big point of contention
I
with people.
do. I do. I have a really weird thing that I developed in the last probably year. That is when I drink, I need to like lick salt. I don't know why. So even if I'm drinking whiskey, I go to the bar and I ask for a little shot of salt. So like during the night, I don't know, it's really weird, and I would like to know why that happened to me. So yeah, the margarita brings the salt, and I'm licking it.
Whatever works for you. Okay, don't let anybody
Yeah,
else tell you how you should or should not be drinking. You decide that for yourself. Drinking in bars is always expensive, though. Super
yeah.
super expensive. And you go, what? I could have had this at home. I have a margarita mixer. I could have just made it at home.
I'm really good at making margaritas.
Have you ever had a bad margarita? Like, oh, this is just not good.
I did. I have a horrible one like 2 weeks ago. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
this is
say when.
very recent, though.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. We ordered more drinks. We ordered like 3 drinks more, and all of them were really bad. And we were like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this place?" Yeah.
That that's on you. That's on you for not knowing. You said, what? No, no, no. I think we're good. We'll go to the next place, or that's it. But you said no. Let's give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt.
We stayed, honestly. Like, I don't know why.
I still have some more salt in my glass, so I will be staying until this salt is
Yeah.
gone. That's what you said. Um, going back to the kind of the first um show, when you guys reconvened after wrapping up that performance, did you guys feel like, all right, we got to start doing that more? It's not just a room project now, since we've been out and it did work out. Let's keep on doing this. Was that the kind of the common consensus between everybody else in the band?
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't remember much. I don't know why, because I remember everything, but that is not something that I remember a lot. But we kind of start getting more shows. I think it was like that. And then for like 2 years, it was a little bit like normal. And then after COVID or during COVID, like all that, we just started getting really busy.
Mhm. And what year was this that you guys started you infiltrated the band and started making your
Invite
way in there?
myself
Yeah, invited
to
yourself
Sarah's
in.
solo project. It was 2017.
2017. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if people are wondering how you join a band, you just infiltrate somebody's passion project. You say, "Hey, let me be a part of this too." That's what
Yeah,
you do. That's
it was
yeah,
super simple. If you don't ask, you never know. My
that's
grandmother
right.
always says,
And make sure you do it really forcefully too. Make sure
yeah.
you're really pushing yourself in there, just to make sure. Gotcha. I'm learning a lot today, Augustina. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for bringing me the insight. I mean, so you're already comfortable with being up on stage, from your previous experience with your very successful surf punk band. And I say surf because obviously that was your surfing was heavily involved with that. Um, did it feel different being behind a key? And it was you were just playing the guitar at that time. You weren't
Yeah.
just playing a little synthesizer.
Yeah.
Was that like a different element that felt odd to you, or did it feel natural, like, all right, this just is the same thing that I'm doing, but I just have another step to go through with this?
It's different because it's more low profile, obviously. Because when you're the singer, you have to be, when you're the guitar, like you're not gonna be like just I don't know, doing I don't know. So it was more like low profile, which I enjoy because I guess when you get older, you prefer like that kind of like, yeah, less attention.
Until you start your new surf rock group up again. Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
that's when I want more attention again.
Then you're gonna be yelling and you're gonna be
Yeah.
screaming more than you did then. Yeah. How do you feel when you perform live now? I mean, kind of like you said, kind of taking a not like a huge approach on stage because you're sharing the stage with everybody and you're not singing. How do you feel when you're performing nowadays?
You obviously like not every gig is fun and not every gig you're happy because obviously you're a human. Some gigs I just need to pee the whole set and I'm like, shit, I need to pee, I need to pee, I need to pee. So I just think about that. Some sets you're happy, some sets you're just like, God, I wish I was in bed. Most of them are happy ones, but like everything in life obviously is not. Yeah. But the happy ones are so good that,
It overrides the bad ones.
yeah, like when I play in Texas in South by Southwest, I had a chest infection and I was dying and I had like fever and but even like I love Austin, it's like the best place after Brighton and Scotland. And and I was playing feeling really ill, but everything was so nice that even that you still feel happy.
So that was obviously a very happy one. That was one of the better ones that you were recounting there. Nothing bad happened at South by Southwest. That was everything
No,
fell.
I wasn't ill at all. It was perfect.
Didn't matter. You're in Austin. Who cares, right? It's
Yeah.
it'll work out. Does the audience have an effect on if the performance is good or bad?
First is the band because obviously we're all of us on stage and I think we also know each other so much now and we understand each other so much and we really like help each other all the time and on stage as well. So that's the first thing, and then also the audience, if they're dancing and like doing a lot of stuff, is obviously much fun than if they're just still there like looking at you in a weird way, which doesn't actually, to be honest, every time we play people are super nice and they dance a lot. But yeah, we did have one time in a festival that I don't know what. It was a really weird festival. It wasn't weird, but it wasn't for us, obviously. And we were playing, and like we could see everyone was just like, "God, what is this?" Like, and that was so weird.
Did you embrace that? You're just like, this is we're us. Who are you? Do
Yeah, of
you flip it
course. We
on
were
them?
like, yeah, and very if, like you don't like the band. Like it was a really like peely festival, like techno vibes. And obviously we're not techno, but it was a good experience.
I always thought you guys were techno, but maybe I am. Yeah, I
Actually,
mean,
we are techno. I just didn't want to put it out there.
I go that. Yeah, I mean, super house kind of dub
Yeah,
vibes. I mean, obviously the
especially
listeners know. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, these are just things. These are common genres that you guys fit under. That's good.
yeah.
Did it take a minute to get that connection between everybody in the band to get on the same page of like, all right, we're moving as a unit here, or was it kind of just instinctual? It's like, okay, we're all just in this.
Yeah, it was quite instant. I think that we all fell in love with each other pretty quick. They're really romantic. But
Very
yeah,
drying socks and whatnot. These kind of romantic
yeah.
things.
I
Mhm.
mean, that's romance.
No, it's true.
Mhm.
I can't. Yeah,
Someone dries my socks, I'll be like, I love you, thank you.
yeah. You gotta marry that person, whoever it is. You go, oh my gosh, you dry my
You're the
socks. Thank you, because I need these dry socks for our wedding, obviously. So I appreciate it. Do you do you feel the same way performing either in front of 5 people or 500 people? Is it the same way that, I mean, does the audience ever affect the way you play like that?
I feel more relaxed when it's more people. I don't know why. Maybe because you don't, when it's less people, you kind of see their faces and you try not to, but then you don't want to just be like that. So it's just, you always end up doing eye contact with someone. So I prefer when it's more people because it feels more like a big wave.
So you make eye contact with more people. You go,
Yeah.
you and
That's
you
like,
and
that's the
you.
only reason I play in a band,
Hmm.
just to
Yeah,
make eye contact with people.
just practicing eye contact, just fully just one
Yeah.
person the whole time. Does it affect the atmosphere if it is like a smaller group of people rather than a larger group of people, or is it kind of feel the same way, like big energy wherever you guys are playing?
I think it's always quite big energy because also the music that we do is really like danceable. So it's just kind of like you dance or you dance.
What drives your passion for creating music? What is it that makes you want to continue to do this?
Um, I think is it gives me life in a way. I do love, and this is like a, I don't think I ever say this to anyone like on an interview, but I do like to make songs and I put lyrics on it. And obviously I'm never gonna show them to anyone in my life, but I love doing that since I'm a child. And I don't know, that always made me really happy. And it probably sounds like shit, but it's just a way of me to like putting my creativity into music or anything. So I don't know, I think creating any kind of music is just gives you life, keeps you awake, keeps your brain awake and working.
Is there anything else that does that for you, that scratches that artistic itch for you? If it wasn't for music, what do you think would be like, all right, yeah, no, this is it as well, like this could be a secondary thing?
I love spending time with like in the countryside with animals. I don't know if that can be like, well, yeah, it can. I think that's probably the, yeah, something really close. Just being with animals in the countryside.
What was it like recording the album Let the Festivities Begin for you? What was your thought process through that kind of journey?
It was a lot of fun. It was just before COVID started, lockdown. So yeah, it was just fun. And I think we took like a week or 2 weekends, I don't know what it was, but it was good. And like were produced by Alex, which is a really nice person who understood what we wanted to do. So it was just really fun.
Now, did you already know what you wanted to put down on these songs that are on the album, or was it kind of just like switching stuff up during that week or 2 weeks that you guys were recording?
Yeah, I think also when you're in the studio, it's kind of like you also add things and you have more ideas, and you're like, let's do this bit and let's do that. So obviously we went there, like we practiced before a lot, so we knew how the songs were gonna be. But I think in studio always there's like a new idea or something that we should add, and that's good. It's part of like the process.
Definitely. Is there anywhere else that makes you think of new ideas for music? Is there anywhere that seems to always conjure up like new ideas or approaches to songs and whatnot?
In the shower, I think I have my most deep thoughts and ideas.
That's where it all happens for a lot of
Yeah,
people. So ideally, you need a shower within the studio to really get things
yeah.
going.
And some animals to pets, so I feel quite inspired.
In Scotland, yes. So in order to get this stuff done, there's some things that need to fall into place, but otherwise,
a lot of stuff going on there, but I'll manage to do it. I'll let you know.
It'll all align eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to this kind of like rapid time frame of within a week or 2 weeks of recording this thing? Did it feel very fast paced, or was it like it's fine, I don't feel overwhelmed or anything?
No, it was fine actually. Yeah, it was fun. Um, Obviously studio days are always really long, so some days you're like God, but the food is really good always, which is really good thing. And yeah, it's fun.
Margaritas are good, yeah, the food's good, whatever. You go, I'm good here. Was there a feeling of accomplishment when you finally got done recording it? Were you like, all right, finally it's done and everything's good?
Yeah, sorry, I'm coughing a lot.
No, it's all good.
Um,
You're sick of this interview, I understand.
I
I get it.
need to stop smoking. I'm gonna put this on this interview, so when I see in the future, which I'm never gonna because I never see myself. Well, anyway, I'm gonna stop smoking. I'm gonna just put that out there. Yeah, there was a feeling of accomplishment, and it was fun. But then lockdown came, so it was shit. And then we were like, okay, we cannot put the album out right now, obviously. So yeah, it was kind of like a
Yeah. And then finally, once the lockdown was over and the record did come out, what was that feeling like for you?
it was amazing. It was amazing to see it as well. Yeah, it was just yeah, it was like a dream come true. That is so cheesy, but it was.
Was there a particular song that stuck out to you from his recording process that you're like, oh, it took forever, or like that changed so much from what I initially thought it was going to be to what it was?
No, I remember that we did some percussion, but I think it was for Lindsay. And we were clapping our body. That was
Mm.
fun.
It's crucial within the
Yeah.
studio to be clapping.
Yeah.
Yes, very important. What is your favorite song off that album?
Ah,
I know it's a tough one,
I
I understand.
they all have a meaning or something that I like about them. So I cannot pick a favorite one, to be honest.
We'll circle back to that. We're not ending this without an answer for that. Do these songs that you feel connected with, in that there's I mean, and it seems like this connection is shared throughout the band. I mean, I feel like your interpretation of the song is the same as Josephine's, the same as Sarah's, the same as um Nick's.
Yeah.
Nick's. Yes, I knew that. Nick. Um, that this is a genuine feeling throughout within everybody. Everybody shares the same feeling. Do the songs still feel the same way? Do you still feel like a deep connection to them now, being out for a little bit now and having a little bit of time to live on their own? Does it feel the same?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, my answer is really like meh.
No, I
Yeah.
I understand. You said that you're sick of this. You said I don't want to be here. I said okay, well, I understand that. Sorry. Do you enjoy going on tour and traveling around and playing these songs though?
I love it. I love going on tour. It's fun. I my favorite tour was in the US actually this year. I loved it. I always love going there. And yeah, I just festival season is fun. Obviously, sometimes you just wanna come home and but yeah, I enjoy being on tour.
How long was the flight over? It was what I think Josephine said it was like 14 hours or something like that, right? Does that
To
sound right?
Austin, I think it's like 12. But I'm so when I go to Uruguay, I take a day to get there. So for me, 12 hours is like nothing.
That's a 2 hour flight. That's a
Yeah,
half-hour
exactly.
flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Do you enjoy flying?
I don't. The thing is, I fall asleep before the plane starts, and then I wake up when the plane lands. And if it's a long flight, I wake up when the food comes because I can smell it. I eat and fall asleep again. It's like a gift that the heaven gave me, and I just sleep. So
That's
I don't
great.
know if I like it or not. I just don't
I
have an
think
opinion.
I think it bores you. That's what I think. I think
Yeah,
you're so bored with the experience. I'm just gonna sleep this off. I'm gonna sleep off this
yeah.
whatever 14 hours and however long it takes to get to Uruguay from whatever Heathrow, however long that duration is. Oh boy, that is a interesting feeling. Like when you're getting, you're like, oh, I gotta get on the plane to go do this. But then once you're doing the thing, like, all right, great, everything's back on track. But it's just people get so stressed out in the airport, you know.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but I always like the fact that we go to Pret here, which has like this amazing cheese croissants. So I know that when I go to the airport, I'm gonna eat that. That's like my happy time.
You hang out at the airport often though, right? Just to get
Yeah,
those. Mhm.
yeah. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, duh. Everyone knows that. So if you want to find Augustine, I mean, she's there. She's just
Go
hanging
to the
out.
airport. I'll be there eating cheese croissants.
I'm hanging out. We can chit chat, whatever. I'm eating. What is it about the US that you liked about touring? Was, I mean, did it feel very different to you sent from, like, either a European kind of run compared to a US run of a tour?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just different. I wouldn't know how, but it's different. I really like it, and we play in really cool places like New York and Austin, LA. So it was good.
Is there somewhere that you have yet to play that you really want to? You're like, this would be a cool place to for us to play.
Mm, I don't know. We play at the Ryman in Tennessee.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And that was cool because Elvis played there, Dolly Parton played there, and we were supporting Bell and Sebastian. And that was a really cool one that I never thought about. And then I was like, oh, we're doing this. That's cool.
How was that? How was supporting Bell and Sebastian?
It was so good. They're so nice. They're such lovely people. It was just really good.
Seems like a really calm kind of tour.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Except when you get those margaritas in you get wild. It gets insane. You're eating cheese croissants. You're drinking margaritas. It's like
That's
it's
my
wild.
diet.
Yeah, just, I mean, and eating the salt, not in the people think, oh, is that for the croissant? You say, no, it's for the whiskey, and you pound it. You're wild.
Every
That's
time I ask for the salt, like the bartenders are like, why are you asking for salt? But you know what? It's my decision.
And then you said, hey, mind your business and get me that dang salt. Real mean.
Your business.
What is a band that you would love to see live that you haven't had the opportunity to?
I'll say the Ramones, but I did see Marky Ramone, and we supported with my band in Uruguay, CJ Ramone. So I didn't see the Ramones, but I kind of like was in a way. So I would say, I would say ABBA, but I went to the Voyage thing the other day that they do, like, with the holograms. So that doesn't count either. I would love to see Elvis playing live. I know he's dead, but yeah.
Yeah. First of all, those hologram things do not count. There's no fucking way they do. They just don't. A. B. I mean, Elvis, you're just gonna do exactly where he played, wherever he plays it. That's where you want to play. You want to follow in his footsteps, like
Yeah.
plan a tour around where exactly he played.
Yes. And go to Las Vegas and see him playing there.
That'd be good. I mean, he's Viva Las Vegas. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Classic Elvis. Uh, what is your favorite Ramones song? And I know that might be a tough question, but if you have it.
Oh, I have many, but I do have one that is called Questioningly. That is not a well-known song, and I just always love that one. I do love End of the Century, the album. I know that's really controversial because not even Gigi play on the album, but I think it's a great album. And Road to Ruin as well. But yeah, I think Questioningly or Needles on Pins is a cover, but I still think it's a great cover that they did. I don't know, I could go on for hours, so I'm just gonna stop myself there.
Augustina, thank you so much for coming on. I
Thank
really do
you.
appreciate it. But before we wrap it up here, I got some promo. Los Bitchos, streaming everywhere, wherever the people get their what music and whatnot. That's where they can find you. And the best place to support you guys is through the website, right?
Yeah,
losbitchos.com.
yeah,
And
which
you can
is on
find
our Instagram in the bio.
mhm, and merch and all that good stuff, right? And
Yes.
and you can also find tour dates. If you're not on Instagram, you can go to losbitchos.com and
Hmm.
find out what's going on. Good deal.
Yes.
And the album that we were talking about, Let the Festivities Begin, is also available on there. And what was the record label that put it out? Who'd you guys work with to put that one out?
This lang.
Awesome. Good stuff. And did we miss anything? Is there anything else we gotta plug?
Mm. Now we have a new single now that came out like a couple of weeks ago, Christmas times, and it's a music video on YouTube as well. You can see all our music videos there.
That'll be linked below. So go ahead and go to that description to go check it out. Augustina, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank
you being
you.
on here. I'm gonna stop recording this. I'll talk to you in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.